Thank you very much, Roots. Hi, everybody. Welcome to The Tonight Show. Thank you so much for watching. It is Monday, July 20th. There's a lot of news to catch up on, so let's get right into it. Guys, everybody is talking about this. Yesterday, we got to see President Trump's interview with Chris Wallace on Fox News Sunday, and the reactions to Trump's performance were mixed. Some experts called it a fiasco, while others called it a debacle. I'm not saying it was bad, but by the end of it, Kanye was calling for Trump to get some help. Anyway, as the pandemic continues to surge across the country, Wallace asked Trump about a statement he previously made about the virus and whether he still stands by it. Take a look.
I think we're going to be very good with the coronavirus. I think that at some point that's going to sort of just disappear. I'll be right eventually. I will be right eventually. You know, I said it's going to disappear. I'll say it again.
But
it's going to disappear.
Does that discredit
and I'll be right.
Yeah, he really believes this is going to go away on its own. Trump was like, everyone knows the virus will disappear, just like chickenpox and herpes. That's right, Trump's just going to keep ignoring it until it disappears, or as he calls it, the Don Jr. method. Let me ask you a question. If your dermatologist said that doesn't look good, but I'm sure it'll disappear eventually, would you keep going back? During the interview, Trump repeatedly knocked Joe Biden as being unfit for the job and then challenged him to take the same cognitive test that he brags to have aced. Check it out.
Let's take a test. Let's take a test right now. Let's go down. Joe and I will take a test. Let him take the same test that I took.
Incidentally, I took the test too when I heard that you passed it.
Yeah, how did you do it?
Well, it's not the hardest test.
No, but
there's a picture and it says, what's that? And it's an elephant.
No,
Trump was thinking, damn it, I knew I should have written down elephant. Elephant! I wrote dinosaur. I'm glad Trump knows how to identify an elephant. If the country ever has an elephant pandemic, we'll be in great shape. Meanwhile, Don Jr. took the test, but he just shot a hole in the picture of the elephant. Later in the interview, Trump bragged about finding all the hidden objects in a highlights magazine. I found the telescope, the treasure chest. I found the diving helmet. That was very hard to find. It was seaweed. Just to prove Trump aced the test, he spent the rest of the interview pointing at things and naming them. That's a chair. That's a tree. This is a shirt. I can go all day. Trump claims that doctors were surprised how well he did. Mr. President, it's not good when you have to take a mental test and doctors are surprised you did so well. Well, we actually got a hold of Trump's cognitive test, and I'm not sure he did as well as he claims. I'll show you what I mean. For example, for the question, what is this shape? Trump wrote, a terrifying ramp. Next up, for list three words that start with the letter J, Trump wrote, Jobs, Jared, genius. Up next, for what is this color? Trump said, mirror color. Then for this question, what is this? Trump wrote, my Twitter stick. And this was bizarre. For starting at 100, count backwards from 7, Trump said 7, 8, 9, 10 while he backed out of the room. And finally, for what number is half of 50, Trump wrote, my approval rating. Ooh. Later in the interview, Wallace asked Trump about the 2020 election and what he would do if he lost. Listen to what Trump had to say.
I think mail-in voting is going to rig the election.
Are you suggesting that you might not accept the results of the election?
I have to see.
Can you give a direct answer? You will accept the election?
I have to see. Look, I have to see. No, I'm not going to just say yes.
Trump was like, I don't accept the results of any elections at all. As far as I'm concerned, Jessica Guarini won American Idol. The interview was so rough, now everyone who enters the White House gets tested to make sure they're not Chris Wallace. Just making sure. These photos also of Mark Zuckerberg surfing in Hawaii. Did you see this yet? Take a look at this, him surfing. Can we zoom in on his face at all? Yeah. He's the Facebook CEO. He looks more like the Snapchat logo. When reached for comment, he said, mime over matter is what I said. I'm sorry, I forgot to. Trump saw that and said, oh, I know this one. It was on the test. He's a swan. After that, his wife changed her relationship status from married to it's complicated. Well, guys, as the number of virus cases continues to rise here in the U.S., it sounds like our neighbors to the north are interested in extending their travel ban. Listen to this Canadian broadcast.
Ipsos polling shows 93% of us feel it's just too risky to travel to the United States right now. 85% think the border should stay closed until the end of the year.
While the other 15% of Canadians were too nice to say anything. Man, Trump's going to be so mad when they build their border wall before we do. And finally, as the virus continues to spike, you hope more people will wear masks, practice social distancing, and do their part to help stop the spread. And then you hear something like this.
A woman was told to leave a Verizon wireless store after she refused to wear a mask. And rather than going quietly, she decided to pee all over the sales floor.
Employees were like, lady, what do you think this is, a P-Mobile? To be fair, Verizon did say they offered streaming anytime, anywhere.
On and on and on. I said.